Hey guys, Tone Show here. You ever had a snack at night, something you regret, maybe some cheesecake? Well, Vanessa had a snack and she does regret it, and she spent the whole episode thinking about it. That's what happened. So let's talk about Van Helsing, Season 3, Episode 10, Outside World. Where is the cheesecake? I don't think it's even in here. So this episode, guys, is called Outside World. And the irony, right? Because if anything, this is a very introspective episode. It should be called Inside World. That's what I would call it. And if you guys know what all the episodes this season are named after, put it in the comments. A little bit of trivia, right? So Outside World is all about Vanessa taking a deep look at herself and saying, hey, do you like who you are? She ate the forbidden cheesecake. In this case, it was a man's life. She took a man's life. It's the second time in this whole series that I think Vanessa's definitely crossed the line, the moral line, and done something that she's not proud of at all. She met the veiled figure, right? The veiled figure, the same figure who said that she actually presents herself to people who show potential, right? The other person this veiled figure presented herself to was Sam. So you don't want to have that type of potential, Vanessa. So both of them have basically been kept an eye on by this figure who's trying to basically guide them towards an evil purpose. And Vanessa actually came upon her favorite sidekick, Muhammad. So Muhammad and Vanessa actually got together on this episode, which was great. We all knew Vanessa and Muhammad needed to get back together. We all knew Muhammad needed an Essa bite. She needed that Vanessa bite bad. And he finally got it in this episode. But not before Vanessa took a hard look at herself in the mirror. So we had some old cast members return, right? People who we never thought we'd see again. It was a really cool treat. So John came back. Susan came back. Dylan came back. They all came back for this episode. We didn't know if these cast members would return. It was really cool to have these actors back. I thought they brought a lot to the first and second season. If you remember John, he was basically an a-hole, right? The guy was not likable at all. When Vanessa killed him because she thought he was a serial killer instead of Sam, nobody wept. Everybody was like, good, John is gone. But it turns out it wasn't John, it was actually Sam. That was a surprise. And John died basically because of Sam's fall. Remember, John also lost his wife because Axel basically couldn't surrender his position. He didn't want to endanger his mission and go out there and fight Julius's forces. This time when Julius was actually still evil, he was a vampire. He had John's wife and he was basically trying to bait them to come out of their shelter, the hospital where they were staying. And obviously Axel refused to. He mercied her by shooting her in the head. That's what John was talking about. So Axel actually killed John's wife and Vanessa killed John. That's why when Vanessa ate that person, right, that guy, one of the first guilt trips that she had was with John because John basically said, hey, you killed me. You didn't feel guilty at all, right? This particular episode of Props goes out to Jackie May. She's the writer of this episode of Van Helsing. And she's also responsible for writing Be True, which is one of my favorite Sam and Muhammad episodes, which took place last season. That's the episode where we really got into Sam's head and we saw how he lost his hearing. And she just has a way of writing Muhammad and Sam that she really understands these characters. And she not only wrote this episode, guys, she directed it. So a big props to Jackie May for her work on Van Helsing. And it takes a lot of work to make things look beautiful. That's why I wanted to shoot this on my phone just to show this is what it looks like before I get all beautified. And I do the lighting and everything. So a lot of props go out to everybody working behind the scenes on Van Helsing, giving us a great show. Now let's get back to it. And if you saw, guys, it came in threes. So we had John, we had the original Julius. Damn, Julius was really evil as a vampire. And obviously we had Sam before he became a vampire. So those three were basically the team of evil, the Legion of Doom, the Ghost of Christmas Past, or is it future? And then we had obviously the Legion of Good, which was Sarah, Dylan when she wasn't a vampire, and Julius, his current form, right? So basically you had these two groups of people, good angel and bad vampire, on Vanessa's shoulders, and both of them are trying to sway her either to the dark or the light. And eventually Dylan's light, which is oddly enough because Dylan was a brat, y'all remember Dylan? It was Dylan's light that basically told Vanessa, hey, you have to get Muhammad down here. And it is this crazy Cirque du Soleil type of vampire act. And finally, Muhammad got bit, and he's right now back to Vanessa's side. It felt really good, guys, because remember, Vanessa and Muhammad were like Don Quixote and Sancho Panza. Did I get that right? come on, we gotta talk about that bat guy. That bat scene with Marv, Vanessa, you need a better diet. You need something with more iron in your diet, right? I know the show's called Van Helsing, guys, but it's definitely an ensemble piece on this one. What do you guys think? Do you think Vanessa's gonna tip to the dark side or she's going to the light? Put it in the comments. 13 episodes this season. Make sure to hit it with hashtag Renew Van Helsing. We won Van Helsing season 4. Anyway, guys, as always, this is the Tone Show. Tone Show out. Woo!
Subscribe for more Tone Show.
Good coffee.